What is good, guys? M.V.K here, back again. How is everybody doing? There's been a lot of news coming out of the world of comics and a lot of news coming out from the world of Spider-Man today in general. And I'm here to give my thoughts on two of the new Spider-Man projects that are coming to the world of Spider-Man soon. So let's kick it off with Spider-Man 94. So Marvel is giving us a continuation of the cliffhanger that happened in the Spider-Man the Animated Series. And it's going to be written by JMS Demazis, and I'm forgetting who else is writing it, but I know JM Demanded is writing it. I'm surprised they didn't give John Scepter a call to write this. So basically what it is it is going to finish off the cliffhanger what we saw at the end of the finale back in 94. So basically Peter will find Mary Jane. As I said, it's going to be a 4-part miniseries. Peter will find Mary Jane and they will go back to their home, and that will be pretty much of that part. But the other part about it is they're going to introduce 2 new villains into that universe of Spider-Man. Kane and Morlun. Morlun is going to be introduced in this world. It makes me wonder because it's only going to be a 4-part miniseries. So how quickly, it seems like they're going to quickly wrap up that story of like, okay, where Mary Jane has been and where it was going to, and how Peter's going to find it. Because I remember hearing John Scepter and them talk about saying that what was going to happen for the 5th season was they were going to find Mary Jane and she was going to be living in the industrial age of London, and she was going to be stalked. They were going to be having to deal with Cletus Cassidy, and he was going to play like the Jack the Ripper of that time, and that's where Mary Jane has been all that time. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Now, I've already seen it on my Reddit page. I've seen it on some various social media pages that a lot of people are not really liking this. They're not really liking it because they feel like Marvel put a different chef in the kitchen when they should have put the real master chef who kind of orchestrated this whole animated series. Like I said, John Scepter should have been a part of this. That's just personally me. He should have been a part of this. Instead, you have someone else come along to write Spider-Man. Now, don't get me wrong. Mr. DeMatteis is a Spider-Man writer. He's had a long time he's had some good stories with Spider-Man. Do not knock that. Kraven Last Hunt comes to mind real quick. But I'm a little disappointed with Marvel with that. They should have allowed the creative team behind the animated series to write this. And why a 4-part miniseries? Why not make it a maxi series? That's my biggest problem with it. I'm like, okay, four parts. That's a little bit. That's going too fast. How are you going to tell this? That's where I'm looking at. From where? How are you going to tell this in such a short time with only four issues? That's a little bit. I mean, you could have at least given them 8. I still would have said go 12 at least. If you're not gonna, and it's also kind of looks at it from a point of view of like, no, we're not gonna give you an animated series, okay? We got our Spider-Man animated, our new Spider-Man animated series. We don't need to do what we did with X-Men. Why not? Why can't you have 2 animated series of just the same character? That's lazy. That's unforgiving, and to me, it just screams, we're trying to make this. So we'll give it to you in written form, not viewing form. But with that being said, even as though there are some disappointments with this, I most likely will check it out because I want to see how they adapt Kane and Morlun into that universe. The other Spider-Man title they just announced, not just in a few minutes I just read, is JMS is coming back to Spider-Man. John Michael Straczynski, is coming back to Spider-Man in another miniseries, and it kinda is going backwards. I do love when Marvel does these like untold tales of their various characters, and this time around we're doing something. The series, it's a 5-part miniseries, and it's gonna be called Amazing Spider-Man Torn, and pretty much it's taking Peter. We're gonna see Peter back in his college days. So we're gonna see all the old gang. Peter is still in college and dealing with classic villains and everything like that. I'm looking forward to this. The writing is going to be done by JMS, and the artwork I believe is going to be done by Perez, who's a good artist as well. But outside of that, this is cool. I got nothing against this. I love when they do untold tales of their various characters. They've been doing it as of late with a lot of characters. As long as they don't change some narratives of the mythos already that doesn't need to be changed, I'm cool with it. But with that being said, it just gives me another reason to pick this up. You know, I am a fan of JMS. You know, I did like his run of Amazing Spider-Man. I know there's some people that don't like it. You know, they didn't like the fact that they tried to he took it in a way of trying to make the creation of Spider-Man more supernatural and mythological than it mainly just being a random accident, you know. And that's what JMS did. JMS is the one that kind of really went, well, he was destined to be, that spider was destined to bite Peter all those years ago. The kind of stuff like that. And it had its ups and downs, you know. We got Ezekiel and everything like that, but at the end of the day, JMS, you know, he does a good job. I can't really deny what his purpose is. I am a big fan of his. He loves his sci-fi. He loves things like that. But this is fine. It'll be cool to see Peter as Spider-Man during his college years. This is some of the things that I've kind of wanted to see in an animated series since, you know, like we're always going back to his high school days, and I don't mind that, but it's been done to death. Like, let's do his college years. Let's do that instead. But I'm fine with it. Amazing Spider-Man 94. Like I said, I'm split with it. I'm torn because I feel like they should have brought the original writers and everyone back for that. I'm also torn because it's only 4 parts. Should be longer than that. Come on. But with Amazing Spider-Man Torn, I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with this. What stories are they going to... What untold stories are they going to pull with this and Peter's college years? But outside of that, I'm fine. I will be checking out both of these. But with that being said, you guys tell me, what do you think about this? How do you feel about this? Am I wrong to feel that way about Spider-Man 94? Am I wrong, or am I overreacting? I don't think so, but I'd like to hear from you. And with that being said, guys, you take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Deuce.